Yeah, Darren, just over the last 5 games or so, it seems like you're getting a lot of shots on goal, generating chances. Just how do you feel now after missing pretty much essentially the whole training camp and then missing time with an injury? You're just feeling you're getting your legs back underneath you now?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like my legs are back to speed. I'm pretty happy with the most part of my game. Like you said, there's been some opportunities, and just gotta start catching on those chances.
And just getting the opportunity to play with Larkin and Mantha, just what do you look to provide for that line?
Um, Obviously those guys are really good players, skilled guys. I'm just gonna try to bring a little energy and forecheck, and make it a little bit harder on their D. Try to give those guys a little bit more space, and let them do their thing.
Thanks, Darren.
Next question from Ted Coughlin with Detroit News.
Hey, Darren. Hey, how much did camp set you back? I mean, did you have the virus or was it an injury? Because it seemed like you were out obviously for a while. I mean, how much did that hold you back coming into the season and stuff?
Yeah, it got me. Second day, I think. Fortunately for me, I didn't really feel a lot of the effects of it as some people did. But still, you're off for 14 days. You can't really do anything. So, you work so hard in the summer and in the off season to be prepared to play, and then all of a sudden that happened. So it definitely did set me back a little bit. The preparation I did in the off season definitely helped me bounce back maybe a little quicker, but it definitely took time. I felt rusty, just getting back to speed with all the guys. The first time I practiced at the LCA, it seemed so bright compared to Balfour. So it took a few games for sure, but that's part of it. A lot of guys have to deal with that. Earlier in the summer, middle of season right now. So, it's a challenge, but I'm feeling good now. So I'll take that as a positive, not missing too many games, I guess.
Hey, Darren, where is this team at? You think I mean, are you seeing progress compared to last season, obviously anything would be progress, but I mean, where do you think you guys are at right now?
There's been I thought the guys started off really well, really competitive. Took a little bit of a few games where we kind of got back to the old ways and we're kind of hanging our heads. But I do feel like the last 4 or 5 games, guys have been whether the results have been good or bad, guys are competing a lot harder. There might be an exception from the first Florida game at home, but I think guys are competing or working hard, and they see that if we dig in a little bit harder, good things can happen. It's hard, but I think at the end of the day, if we're working hard, we can look ourselves in the mirrors. Guys are going to feel a lot better, and I think we still have a ways to go, but we're starting to lean in the right direction.
Hey, Darren, last one. Have you and Steve talked about the future at all yet, or anything? Or
I haven't talked to him at all.
And everything.
I haven't heard anything.
I mean, I would imagine your first preference would be to stay here then, obviously. I know we're still months away from that, but is that you'd like to happen and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, this is home for me. I haven't, I understand the game. I understand the business of this. So, I'm prepared. My wife and kids are prepared for, whatever's going to happen. We're just going to, I love playing. I love winning. And I mean, whether I come or go or whatever, I'm still going to try to just compete as hard as I can and do what I can to, help this team win. Winning's a lot of fun. So just continue to keep trying to be the best I can.
Good. Thanks for this, Darren.
Last question from Justin Rose at WX.
Hey, Darren, glad you're feeling okay after that bout with COVID. Going back to Ted's kind of question about where you guys are at, how do you, weigh the progress that's being made that maybe the average typical fan doesn't see game in and game out with the results? Like, you guys know you're making progress, but the results maybe aren't there yet from an outside perspective. How would you describe that?
I don't think it is hard to describe. It's not really, I don't think it's the stat sheet. I don't think it's described in that aspect. It's, looking around, looking at the team and just seeing who's competing, who's working hard. When we got 20 guys competing, you can tell that our team's a lot more effective and a lot better. So I think you just got to look at that aspect of our game and see who's working on a nightly basis. And when you got that, you're going to start seeing more to the effect of, positive stuff on the stat sheet, shots, win some games. So, obviously there's outliers. It doesn't always work that way. You win games that you shouldn't, and you lose when you shouldn't. But, on a consistent basis, if we're working hard, you can see guys compete, and you want to compete hard for those guys that are doing that as well.
Thank you.
That's it for us today. Thanks, everyone.